Alright guys, today's subject is a 2007 Legacy GT, my buddy Brian's daughter's car. There are three main complaints to check out on this car. The primary one is a horrendous squealing sound on a cold start. The car has been sitting for 18 hours now, so we're going to go ahead and get ready to start it up and see if we can diagnose whatever this horrible screeching sound is that they've been hearing from it. Number two on the docket is HVAC. They are complaining of heat and AC coming out of opposite sides of the dash, likely a blend door actuator, which is common for this generation of Legacy Outback. And the third thing is they want me to check out the brakes. So let's go ahead while we're in here and fiddle with the HVAC controls and see if we can get the blend mode door actuator, whichever one it is, to start making noise. I know there's one right over here behind the glove box to the left here that's very common for failure, but I think there's 2 or 3 total in the dash. So let's go ahead and start changing up our temperature, see if we can get it to turn, make some noise in the dash. Not sure if you can hear that, but I could hear it groaning, moving. Alright, so it's coming out of the correct location. Let's try changing modes. Should be coming out bi-level now. And I'm not feeling it blow out on the floor. I'm not sure that changed. Alright, so no more dash. Not feeling it blow out on the floor still. Sounds like it's coming out of the defrost. Try again. Set it to defrost. Not really feeling it come out of the defrost. At least not with much vent pressure. I think we're going to go ahead and pull the cabin air filter, take a look at it. Just because when I put it on max blast, I got some dirt and particulates out of the vents in my eyes, so we might be a little bit clogged. All right, just cut the car off. Sounds like it is this actuator over here that's making noise. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull the glove box door off and this side panel, and we'll start the car again and turn it off and just visually check that actuator, see if it's hanging up. Sounds like it's getting stuck in binding. All right, glove box is out of the way. We've got the little holder for the owner's manual out of the way, or we can get to the cabin air filter. Much easier to get to on these 2006 and 2009s than the 2005. If you've seen my video on that, you got to take all of this apart to get in here to it, because there was no access here. So let's pop this open and see how bad it is in here. Like I said, I was getting hit with some debris. I'm going to turn the fan speed all the way up, so I'm assuming we got quite a bit of buildup in here. And yeah, we got quite a bit of stuff in here. Let's see if we can get this thing out of here without spilling it all in the floorboard. The way they got this tray set up, it's kind of aggravating to get out, especially one-handed while I'm trying to hold my phone and film in the other hand. Let me set this down real quick. All right, just had to get past that lip. Yeah, we are past due for a cabin air filter. Ton of buildup in there, really restricting the airflow. So yeah, definitely need to get them a cabin air filter. And definitely need to vac out the blower motor cavity in there because a bunch of this stuff fell out. So yeah. All right, so we are in here. It is not very easy to get in here. So if I recall correctly, this is our mode door actuator, and below it is our passenger air mix door actuator. So this one controls the temperature for the passenger side. This one controls where airflow is coming out. There's also a temp one on the driver's side. So we're going to turn the key on real quick, turn it back off, and just touch, see which one it is that's jamming up, see which one is not moving correctly, and then we'll know which one we need to replace for this issue. So hopefully this is a pretty quick and easy one to diagnose. And looks like our mode door is our bad actuator. As you can see that little arm twitching back and forth. Our temp one is acting normal. We'll start it back up and adjust it. Let me get another shot of that because the camera was not focused. So start the engine back up. Turn the fan speed down. Now we'll adjust the temperature on the passenger side and watch it operate as you'd expect. And the temperature is operating as you would expect here for the passenger side. Nice smooth movement, no issues. Now we're going to do our modes. And we see the mode is hanging up. It's not wanting to go to bi-level. I'm going to switch it to floor. It does operate to floor. We're going to floor and defrost. It moved again. Going back to vent. And it's kind of binding up right now. I hear it clicking. Go back to bi-level. And you see it jumping back and forth again. So that is going to be our bad actuator. Check on it and see how much it is. They're fairly easy to replace once you get this much of the dash out. There's a screw here. I think there's one here, or maybe a 10mm nut. And I think there's one at the back, and then there's electrical pigtail. Pretty easy to get it out. It comes off with this white piece. Yeah, so we'll get it out, and actually I'm probably going to take it apart and see if I can clean the insides of the actuator. Sometimes the plastic pieces in there break. Sorry about the beeping noise. That's the seatbelt reminder that's so aggravating on this generation. But sometimes the contacts in there can be cleaned and get them to work again. But we're going to take it off there and take a look. All right, guys, got the actuator out, man. That is a pain. A little tip for you guys to get it out. Put it in I believe floor mode or defrost, and this white piece here will move down to the bottom so you can get that top screw. This back screw is an absolute pain. Leave it, actually take it out first, leave these others. If you take these two out, this one is almost impossible to get out. These are, of course, JIS cross types marked with a dot there, so a good vessel or other Japanese screwdriver is needed. And this is how I got that back screw out. I use a little Mac 1/4" bit driver and a vessel number 2 bit there, about that length. A little stubby screwdriver does not work. It will not get, the shank's not deep enough to clear the handle. All right, so we've got this out now. Called Subaru. Today is Thursday. Subaru said they can't have me one until Saturday, and this lists for about $104 if I recall correctly. So like I said before, I'm going to try to take this apart really quick and see if there's anything, electrical connection or something that might be sticking, see if we can get this one to actually work for a little while. All right, so I've got open the little actuator. I took the arm off of it. I've gone ahead and called Subaru. They okayed me getting a brand new one, so we're not really worried about this one. So we're just going to look in it for you guys' education. So the little electric motor here, a lot of times it just gets where it gets a dead spot in it and it wants to act up. The other issue is on the back side of this gear here. As you see, there's carbon traces on here, and there's little feelers here. Now, a bunch of the carbon starts wearing as this goes back and forth on that little wiper. And as you can see, it starts digging grooves in, and it doesn't make contact so well. So sometimes you can take these apart, clean up the contacts here, and clean up the carbon traces here, and get some more use out of one of these actuators. But more times than not, you might as well just go ahead and replace it while you've got it out, since it's such an aggravation to get it out of the dash and that bracket and everything else. Why go through the trouble of trying to clean this up, put it all back together just to find out, that you got an issue and got to take it all back apart again. So it's good just to go ahead and replace it and be done. Actually, upon further review, it looks like our issue is right here. If you look at that little finger right there, it's lost its sprung. So likely if we bend that back out and make contact again, this should be fine. But again, might as well replace it. All right, so I bent those pins back out, put it back together, and looks like it is functioning as to be expected. No more jumping, no more jitters. It goes through all the modes, and it parks without issue. So we could run this, but again, I'd rather just go ahead and put a brand new one in it and not have to worry about it. The carbon traces looked okay, but still, again, for as much as involved to get in here and change that little booger out, I'd feel a lot safer with a brand new one in there, especially with this being a 2007 model with nearly 200,000 miles on it. It could work for several years, or it could work for a week and go back to doing the same issue. So if you guys want to try to fix yours yourself, just be careful taking it apart. Make sure that you align everything the way it came apart, and check to see if your little feelers are broken or bent over, or if there is a deep wear in the carbon traces. And if you want to do it yourself and try to fix the one you've got, more power to you. But again, I would just recommend replacing it. All right, guys, so that looks like a good place to end the video out on getting in here to check out the mode door and blend door actuators on the 2005 to 2009 Legacy. It's a pretty big issue, pretty common issue. I know I didn't go step by step and show you, removing the glove box door and the side panel and stuff, but I've covered that in other videos. If you look up the 2005 Legacy cabin air filter replacement video, is covered there. So hopefully between those two videos, this helps out some of you that have the issue or have the noise in your dash and your air is not coming out of the right vents. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.